someone for you. I look in my hands, thinking that I do. What if someone for you?
Understand that the one I killed is me, changing what I was for what you wanted me to be. I followed your direction, did everything you asked. I hope it makes you happy, cause there's just no turning back. Would you love me more? Would you love me more? If I killed someone for you, would you hold my hand? Would you hold my hand? There's a same words that I used when I killed someone for you. Would you turn me in? Would you turn me in? When I say I'm on the loose, would you hide me when? Would you hide me when? My face is on the news, cause I killed someone for you.
possessions and far-flung social policy. His daddy works on the council, but Mrs. loves the silver spoon. Swore she'd never kiss a Tory, but this boy was too good to lose. Now listen carefully, with ears pressed to the floor as you make your way downstairs. You haven't got far to fall. Now it's red, now it's dead, now it's everything she needed. Now it's fall, open doors, pillars pressed under your knees. Now it's a sad, sappy sucker to ensure happy ending. I've been scared of sleeping with the lights on. No, she's not there. I know she's going to his flat. A Capricorn, oh fuck that. This is sex sells, I know that. I've been scared of sleeping with the lights on. No, she's not there. I know she's going to his flat. A Capricorn, oh fuck that. They say sex sells, I know that. You could buy my silence if you've got none to lose. If you're still infatuated with the truth. So will you do what's easy, or will you do what's right? Please just could you let me know, where will you sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Where will you sleep tonight? Where you gonna sleep tonight? Where will you sleep tonight? Where will you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night? Cultured man, Venetian suntan, red wine and club bands, Viagra pills on the nightstand. How's it feel? How's it feel to be so loved? How's it feel to be so loved yet so alone? Been scared of sleeping with the lights on. No, she's not there. I know she's going to his flat. A Capricorn, oh fuck that. They say sex sells, I know that. I've been scared of sleeping with the lights off. No, she's not there. I know she's going to his flat. A Capricorn, oh fuck that. They say sex sells, I know that. I've been scared of sleeping with the lights off. No, she's not there. I know she's going to his flat. A Capricorn, oh fuck that. They say sex sells, I know that. Sex sells, I know that. Sex sells, I know that. Do you sleep at night? She's always asking, am I alright? As if auspicious or in my pint. I'll find the answer or a good night. Thank God the time is short. And yes, you always do that one thing when you wrinkle up the nose bridge. I'm trying to figure out what that meant. I took it as a taunt. Remember way back then in school? Oh, did anybody ever say no to you? Oh, did anybody ever say no to you? Whoa, and I don't think I have a clue. 'Cause well, did anybody ever say no to you? Oh, did anybody ever say no to you? Whoa, you're always trying to leave the table. Phone calls, toilet breaks, unstable. And don't you think that we can all tell? You're insecure, I guess You tried to touch the cat door and got the tongue short. And yes, you always do that one thing, 'cause when you throw and trash me under your drink, I'm trying to figure out what that means. I took it as a taunt.
I have no idea what I am doing. So this thing is... There's this song on it. Interesting. Function Chan keyword, for example. So I can create a new client or something. Yeah, that might work. So we have a hub where they all stay together or something. Shit. Bam 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 bam. If an arrays of something something. If no hub here too. Client clients. Yeah, I should independently working together. Broadcast. Chat.
First and foremost, let it be said, my dear, I was gonna wait for you. So this is not an act of spite. It's a vixen coming to.
What the hell is this song?
And that's something that I can't do. What I can do is spit the truth.
C is a type of child. Integers.
Secondly, I know I haven't written.
Can you to allocate values such as integers
Tonight I'm
different between for example.
gonna be about.
So I want to handle this, I would have to store it in a hub somewhere. H. Pass it in. So inside a hub, we would have some data about things work. This displays so the create type of place. do that. Swear word. Please be careful, gentlemen. Restore connections as a web. And this is a pointer. Hub. If I would have to, god damn, what am I doing in it? Create a new players. That player would have a name, and I do not know what the name is, so something. Get a from the connection or something. Let's not have a name, we just care about connections. This is the way to go, maybe. Okay, let's create a reference. There are lots of clients in there. God damn, it's cold out here. Whatever. That's what we call life. So where is this being called? Okay, it's called as a go routine, baby. W's with the http.w something something respond writers, and no, this is not a point, ladies and gentlemen. R is the pointer dot request. They simply give us handler. Instead, we pass in a hub and W and R, but I don't know how to pass in how to create a hub in the first place, and that we should create it here, and then our hub should have a hub should have a basically I don't understand. It was something, yeah, I forgot. Simply call it. Start with lowercase though. player is not just a player, it is an array of players. God damn. The hell is this song? Copyright, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, what the hell? Very freaking productive, is it? Creating other players is the types of shift the connection. Something's in there. undefinedwebsocket.com. What is it? What the hell? There's a hub in there. I don't understand. Guess each of them should. What does this even mean? A channel. So if I want to communicate something, I would have to put it in the channel. Watching server, what? No, I swear. Out of him. create a slice with space pre-allocated or with length does not cap. I'm gonna do it my own way. Face, and everything right now in this place. Too many colors, enough to drive all of us insane. Sometimes I think I'm dead. I don't feel ghosts was right in my head. I wanna fall asleep just yet. I'll go here and get the read messages. When donk, boom, 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 boom. I don't know where. Boom, boom, boom. What is out that I figured out that they can get us out of here. Boom. Hello, this monster. He doesn't know how to communicate. His mind is in a different place where everybody is getting a little bit of space. Get a load of this train wreck. There's a messenger, he doesn't know who he is yet. Little do he know the stars welcome him with open. Oh, interesting. How to communicate. A hub is the thing above everything else. Doesn't know who he is yet. Little do we know the stars welcome him with open. Just call it broadcast just like any other people do. Make it a byte. Oh, it's very interesting to just get up this way. Very quick. Awesome. So it's a channels of stuff. And then each place should have a hub store. I'm still not quite sure. If broadcast got something in there, we do something about it. Okay. Wei-Sin. Do we need this though? Oh, goddamn, boys. I don't know what this boolean is about. The channels of light. Bum, 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 bum. I do not understand. I wish I could sleep. And it's return a hop that is a pointers, and we return the reference, create new hop or something like that, which I don't understand. What am I doing exactly? So broadcast. How do I even do that? Oh, just do that. Make channels of bytes. Easy. Then I can create new hub like this, and each hub should do something about it. And it is already a pointers here, so leave it be. Bum, 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 bum. Syntax error. Bum, 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 bum. Place declare but not use. Okay. What is this song? Devil Town. Hopefully I don't get copyright from this. It said it doesn't not copyrighted. At least 50% of this song gonna get copyright. I'm not sure why it said non-copyright, but whatever. This is capitalism. Player declare not used to diffuse values in struct literal. Send value should be make a channel, arrays of bytes. got the karma. Players declared not used cannot use con. Oh. It is already something which I don't know. Okay. Hub. I don't know about the close here. Should I close it or not? And then each hub should contain a player that became players, a list of player. Time over and time. $44. Oh god damn. How do I even push another player into this thing? How does this do there? I just declines. I can become a lot of this. Oh, interesting. I'd use a map instead of a list, a vector or something. Go push to array. God damn, it's called a slice? Now what is this song? It does have a bulls. Set it true. Interesting. In bad weather, just like pretty easy, nice, beautiful like a self-visited friend. Do I care about a map or not? Or I would just use a list or something? Would that be nice, you know? It's complicated. How's everybody doing? 3 views, let's go. This is a record. Damn, what a day. Got 3 views in one live stream. It's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna use a pen. To a bit of a boy like him, self-visited friend. Now to fertilize maybe because I'm humbling for something, and then it's people just coming in. I don't need this, just put it directly in here. A pen is not used. It happened all the time. This happens all the time. Is not use. What do you mean? I'm gonna use map instead because I'm stupid and I am not that good. I'm gonna use a player and boolean just like that guy. And boys and I together forever. Oh, it's because I forgot to create it, I think. Something nice to a dirty boy like him. Not even sure how I can do this. Expect 2 or 3 arguments, found 1. Arrays instruct. Damn, it's cold. Got a list of IP in here. Okay, just put it in. And he got create an empty one. I always forgot the comma. What the hell is this song? Where does it even come from? There's nothing there. I'm taking song request. I don't care about the copyright anymore. Just say something. I'm gonna play it here. If you are still watching. 2 people out there, and the other one is me, because I need to watch the chat. So, if you got any song requests, just put it down there. Just gotta get some interactivity between audience and me. Is not used. Ignore it, I'm gonna use map again. How do I even do that? So cold. It's funny how you can use a pointer as a map key. This is interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's basically create a map of that. Do I need that? Yes. Oh, Alex Benjamin again. We're gonna get copyright for sure. Not we. I am going to get a copyright. It's alright. Someone to hold. The it's not perfect, but it's not that bad if we got each other and it's all we have. Make it true. Cannot use player. Value of type player as a pointer to player. How about this? Okay, it worked. Let's go. Okay, we gotta do something about this. It's not that bad if we got each other when it's all we had. I'll be your lover and I'll hold your hand. Be there for you. The world's not perfect and the world's not fine. Both be fine. Hold your hand. I'm gonna call it run. Oh, we can run it in the background using Go. Routine or whatever. What's it do anyway? Oh my god. Okay, it goes through all of the values and you should know I'll be there for you and the world's not perfect and the world's not kind and we love each other but we'll both be fine. But why? Why do we have to do this? We close client.send. Broadcast, put it inside a message, and then if there are message, we basically send everything. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay. It's if okay. If there are something, we do something. How do Go switch even work? You don't need Oh, it's not just switch, it's different things. I thought it's a switch. The select statement, let Go routine, wait on multiple communication operations. Select block until one of its case can run. Then it executes that case. Interesting, eh? It chooses one at random if multiple are ready. If there are something in the broadcast, we start looping through all the children, which is the client, and we send it to those stuff. Now, each of this send, it does have a case for it. a select case, which is if, oh, got it wrong. Get some water. Oh, good stuff. Case. There's no way this is not copyrighted or something. Pretty sure I'm gonna get copyright. It's too late, is it? Let's keep going. Shuffle. Take a while to make you smile. Somewhere in this time, I'm on your side. The client.sends is in the fields of. I could not do anything in it. Let's go to this struct, baby. We got a sends, which is a arrays of bytes with connections and a hub in there. Now this is a channel which we can put something in there, and it got a read pum, which set read limit, read deadline, Pong handler. Why do we need that? And then we read, we got the message. If there are message in there, we trim, do not understand, and then we push it into the hub broadcast channel. Now this thing is being called inside this thing, and this thing is in this thing, which I don't understand. What am I just read? Oh, it's this because this thing is a global thing. It's just a pointer to one singular hub. I thought it's a fields of client, which could be multiple, but no, it's just one. Now we push this client into that thing. Why do we need to store hub? I don't think we need to. I'm gonna delete this. We f close. Yeah. This guy make a... Oh, and he got a limit to it. Is it a limit or a size? Which... Oh my god, why is it so cool? What does this limit actually mean? A list of integers and 5 length of... Oh, okay. So this means that there is a 250 something byte. 256... God damn. 256 byte. What does it represent? 256 character, maybe? Oh, it's a maximum size and everything. And I don't understand, why do we need that? Just ignore it and then... Oh, okay. And then it called this separately on a different routine, whatever that is, and then it's being run in a different thread. Okay. Call players something something. I forgot already. Stupid brain doesn't really work exactly when you want it to be. Oh, we don't even need to actually push it ourselves. This guy put it inside the register so that we can notify that, which is awesome. A new player just joined or something like that, which means that it's here. No, where is it? It's in a hub somewhere. I'm gonna go to hub, struct. It does have it here. If there are a register in the client, we set the clients of that client equal to true. Why do we need that? You can just set it from the outside or something. Oh, I see. Oh my god, this is complicated. Kanaya, what is that? 4 clients, range of all of those clients. Okay, let's do things in our own way. We push it in this way, make it true, and we would not be notice anything. If there's something new, it's just automatically put it in there and we don't care about it and go home. What the hell is this? Dream SMP? Oh, it's just, oh yeah, Lamenberg thing. I think we need to have a handler or something in there, so that when we push something, it does notify the hub. That way we can organize the game properly. I think. Push it inside the register, and the register get notifies, and we done. When a new register coming in, we push it inside the hub itself. Oh, this way everything handle itself, which make it reliable. I'm gonna do a good software practice instead of some random crap channel, which is a pointer to player, and I'll let the hub handle itself. Interesting. The design principle of Go, the way you write software in Go is it's a lot different for me, because I never write anything in this sort of no class program at all. So far I wrote everything in JavaScript, C++, they all have class, and kind of used to that, and this one is very new. Interesting. Oh my god, the entire thing just moved. Bam, 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 bam. And we do this, go here, hub.run, and then we use Go to make it run on a separate thread. Ooh, awesome. I don't know what this song is, but I'm vibing with it. Select statement. Oh, I do have a LSP. Wow. Did not use it the entire time. Step was select statement. God damn. Oh, someone watching again. People comes and goes, and that's what we call life. I don't even know if you can hear me or not, but it's too late now. I've been live in what, an hour and a half. Without mic on, is it? Yeah, I can hear actually. Okay, in the case of hub dot something something new player, make it equal to this. And we don't use this syntax, we use this because I love the arrow. It's a necessary thing. Oh wait, what? We do need that. I've been talking along the entire stream, in case you don't know, whoever that is. So thank you for being here. Hub.players new player and make it true. What if I make a list of players just by 2, so that we don't have to make a new hub? So that we don't use map. Map is good. I just don't want to use it. It's too late now. If there is no players in here, we do something. in the case of broadcast, if there is new broadcast coming from H, what the hell is this song? Oh, 3 views. Coming back to the old record. The most view I can have in one stream, in case you don't know. This broadcast should be another, I just use messages like what they do. And then if there is a message, we go through all of the players, we loop through each of them. Wow, I'm so smart. Just gonna take a look at that in the range or something. Range of h.players, and then we notify each of them by interesting. It's very useful. I actually have a game project Go where I need a server. Well, this is my first time writing in Go, so I'm very new to this language, to be honest, and learning while doing it. It's not a game, it just tic-tac-toe. It is a game, tic-tac-toe, but it's a test project, so hopefully I'll learn something, and soon I'll build a proper game server. I'm planning on building a multiplayer games after this, but I just want to test my skill a bit with the Go. Just want to see how it's like to build a server in this. It's both my first time building a multiplayer game and building a multiplayer game server in Go, and first time in Go, and actually doing something great with WebSocket, so should have removed the word both from the beginning. But so far it's very nice. It's nice, you know. Oh, another copyright song. The playlist, literally non-copyrighted music, but this entire 1.5 stream, everything has been copyrighted music all the way through. Oh, 4 people, let's go. I'm seeming too excited about this. What the hell? How's it going, guys? Thank you for being here, watching me struggling with this new things I'm doing. Select it and then we push it into select it. Oh, now it's now it's dropped to 2 people. Wow, interesting. Oh. To play, you have to play. I don't know how you live. City of Angel. I could just enable a Copilot right now and it help me coding, but it's still in the learning stage, so I'm gonna try to do everything myself. Too much help is not helpful. So So we push a message into every single player sends field. So player.send, push it in there before you give how you live. How does it close? Default. So the connection is not long lasting. In this case, people just come and go and they push something in and then it's got deleted or something, I suppose. I'm 18. Yeah. I'm not sure why you need to know, but yep. Still in my first year of college, computer programming and analysis, and here I am doing some Go project. Damn, this song is good. Add it there. Finally, one good song after this entire days. Go select. Gotta use ChatGPT. Code to be executed when channel 3 is ready to be read. Okay. Code to be executed if none of the channel are ready. So so all of this, if there is nothing in there, we do it. So for this application, let's go through every single one of the clients and then it delete that after, which I don't understand why. I assume that I don't assume anything because I'm stupid. Let's keep going. Let's delete this. Make it like that because I love that. Do we have any error? Wow, there's no error? What? Surprising. Very surprising for me. Oh, my legs. Okay. We do not close the connection until we want to, which I don't know what I've just said, but you know, it is life. Why do I repeat that things? What am I even saying? What am I even trying to say? ABC, join the game, and oh, there's no error, let's go. How awesome is that, you know? Okay, another person coming in again. I don't know why. With streams, people just come and go. It's 2 people, including me. So you're just there alone, whoever that is. Because the other one is my phone. I put it there to look at my own stream and comment. Because I don't have a second monitor like some rich streamer out there. So, how are you doing? Oh, now Red upload another video. Gonna watch that later. Offline TV, new video. Vsauce 2, new video. It's good time at the end of a month, you know. Every what am I doing? I don't know why everybody just leave a comment and they just leave the chat, the stream entirely. The title said I'm doing game development, and apparently I'm just struggling. Should be like struggling writing something in the title, and people are, I don't understand. They just leave a comment and just out. just get out of the thing. What a save. Oh, it's interesting that the number of views, it says it's 1 people in there, and it's me and you in there, so it's 2. It's supposed to be 2. Good to hear that you are learning about server, and I'm relatively new about the server too, so should load this thing a bit. Couldn't talk. Yep. Thank you for being here. I couldn't get my things done anyway. By the way, this is a game server, so I'm not sure if it anything similar to the web server. I suppose it is, but this server is a little bit more different. We use I'm from Canada. We use WebSocket. I am using WebSocket, not we. Ontario, Toronto, Canada. So a normal web server would use the different types of request and respond, which is HTTP. Nice to meet you. Very, very nice. Finally, I have some people in in the chat after a very long time of streaming. This is my first time I ever have a proper comment and people commenting something in there. Very interesting. Anyway, now I'm stuck here. I don't know where should I go next. I have no idea what I'm doing. Ooh. Vancouver. That's very far from here. You should come here, you know. don't know why you should, but you should. Damn, it's cold, god damn. The door is closed, but it's something leaking something. I already built like a tic-tac-toe board already, but I'm struggling how to create a server just to put people together. That's horrible. I can't believe that my stream got 4 views. That's awesome. That's insane. Now 3 views. Thank you very much. This might be a lag or something. I don't know. I should do something. I already lost track. Hello. Carry all. Who's that? I'm sorry because maybe you know me. I know you. I don't know. I just found one video where one person created tic-tac-toe using ChatGPT. Oh, interesting. I mean, ChatGPT is very good in it's a small project like tic-tac-toe, and it's not that difficult to build actually, but interesting. 10 minutes. I've never done anything in the mobile development in that field. Never. I only done like web development and embedded system, C++ and a few other things. But now that we talk about it, it's weird that I've done almost it's not almost, like a lot of things in computer science, but I never touched mobile development. I tried once, but I couldn't get Flutter to work and I just quit it. What is that channel, by the way? Is it you? Are you trying to promote your own channel or something? This seems suspicious, you know? Anyway, if you want to share something, you can just put it in there. I don't mind. Wow, this is great. How's in India, by the way? I've never been there. I don't know how it's like. Is it like cold or not? I suppose it's not really cold like here. God damn, it's freezing my feet right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard some. It's not that like freezing. There's no snow or something. I'm not sure. Is there even snow in India? My geography skill, my knowledge is very bad. Oh, there. India. Okay, there's a part of it that has snow. You know where I'm from? Oh no, I'm I don't have it. I don't work for any company. I'm doing my own things. You know where I'm from? Cambodia. There's no snow, so it's a lot colder in here. Yeah, get back to that question. No, I don't work on into for any company. I tried to apply for some internship, but haven't got the result yet. Maybe they already rejected me, but whatever. Doing my own things and oh my god, it's getting colder. God damn. It's very ergonomic in here. I'm gonna go to the washroom. Nice. It's funny because I'm still a first year student. I'm still in my first year. I got a few summer camp. I teach kid robotic and stuff, and I won a few competitions. And those basically it's not stable. It's not very stable, but it's enough. It's not enough. It's not even enough. But you know, got some my parents supporting me and my aunt and everything. So I'm fine for the first year, and I'm still looking for my internship and a few job maybe to continue supporting myself after that. But it's horrible in here. School is very expensive, especially for international student like me. Yeah, I'm international by the way, so it's very very expensive. Yeah, I kind of start with programming very early compared to other people. I would say I'm quite early, but there are a lot of people who got earlier than that. I started my game development in grade 9 and coding non-stop after that. But there are those who have knowledge even before that. And back from where I'm from, it's quite limited from the knowledge, technology, and resource on learning all of this stuff. But there's internet, and it's basically unlimited knowledge out there. So I just keep on learning new things. And now here I am struggling. I don't know where to go right now because I lost track. I'm gonna go out to pee real quick. I've been standing for 2 hours now. Should have should stop after I figure it out what I'm trying to do right now because I don't know what I am doing, and there's no way to test it right now. Oh, the knowledge on how to the web work. Interesting. There's a lot of part with it. and the backend is very confusing. If you want to learn web development, creating website and stuff, you can start with front-end development, basically code with JavaScript, and then you can try to learn about something called framework, and after that you can get into the backend where you build server. From my own experience, first time I built backend, I don't use a proper server. I use something called Firebase, which is something called serverless, so that you don't have to write a lot of code for it, and it basically worked. And you just need to, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You try to like create a few websites, just a few, and try to get an understanding of how to manipulating stuff in website using JavaScript first, before you actually get into some fancy stuff like React or Svelte or something like that. You know, I could actually pull up something, and especially terminal, if you know how to use the terminal, it's very useful. So I'm gonna create a new folder called test web or something like that. I'm gonna cd into that. So I'm gonna pull up my editor and create an index.html, and in here I could create this thing, head, body, and I can put it like this, and basically, wait, someone's here. So we have script at the end. We can separate script into a different JavaScript file. I suppose you already understand this, but if you don't, you can start doing it. Let me separate it. So if I have another file called app.js, this is my JavaScript file, for example. Now in my HTML I can put source and then link to that app.js, and I can run my app by just open the index.html. Now you can see the hello world. Now the benefit of JavaScript, I assume that you don't know this, but if you already know, that's great. Now we can do a lot of stuff with JavaScript because it is a general purpose programming language, so you can pulse data, you can do a lot of stuff with it. So let's try to do something. Let's get some quiz API or something. For example, if you want to create a quiz app where you can display questions and then let your answer do some answer about it, like guess the answer, something like that, we can go Google and search for API, something like that. Generate API URL. Okay, I can copy this, and this is the link for an API. Someone built a server and they post this API for us. Now I can fetch some data from that API, so I'm gonna use fetch. And I am not very good at this because I never actually do anything that pulls something like this before. It's a good learning opportunity. So if I don't know anything, I just search up fetch. No, JavaScript. So you start with that, and then you search it up along the way, and okay, you can use await. Okay, this await thing is basically because on the server it might take some time, so you don't want to block your entire app because of this one line. So you create a function async, and then you call await, which means that when it calls this line, it just skip it. It keep going until you get some data from it. So I think you can just do this. I'm gonna create a function in JavaScript, call it get question, something like that. And by the way, I use a Copilot, which is AI, very useful AI, and it's helped a lot. Now this function is an async function, so I'm gonna put some async in front, and then this statement I'm gonna make it await, so that it doesn't block anything. And that when there are something from it, I'm gonna put respond equal to that, and I got data from it, and I could return, but I'm just gonna log it out. Console.log give me some ideas what inside here. Now I'm just gonna straight call this function without having to do anything. So my website gonna call this function, and it will try to fetch some data from this API right here, and it's print out for me. So let's see what it's like. You don't need to do this all the time, but this is one example of how you can use JavaScript for. Yep. So it gives me a JSON, not JSON, an object with the result in here, and each result the result is a list of more stuff in here. So in each of this there is a category, a correct answer, difficulty, and the question inside, which you can use and display it on the website. Now to do that, it's a little bit complicated in order to display something to HTML from JavaScript. So in the HTML, I can create a container for the thing. So for example, I can create a unordered list. I assume that you already understand what this is. So let's give a quick example. So this is basically a list, how you create a list in HTML. So I'm gonna put D, and then boom, you can see all the lists I just created, right? But we want to let the JavaScript put the data into it. We don't want to write everything ourselves. So I'm gonna delete everything inside, and I'm gonna give the container an ID, and I'm gonna call it question list or something like that, so that we can access it from our JavaScript. Question list, right? And inside my JavaScript, since here is where our data comes in, this is where I can call document.getElement by ID, and then I give it an ID called question list, because I just created a question list here, and I get that element. Now I will have the element in here. So I'm gonna call it ELA. It doesn't matter, you can call it whatever you want. Now if I want to put something in this element, there's a way. You can use ele.innerHTML and give a string to it. So if I say ABC, this ABC will be put inside this element if it runs. So let's see. Now you can see the ABC in there. Now we don't want to put ABC. We want to put all the data that we got from our API up here. So we need to understand what is the data. Let's see. So I print it here, and in there is two fields, which is the response code, and we don't care about it, and the other thing is results. So I can access the result by using something like this: data.result. If I use data.result, it will be print me. It's only gonna give me the result. It doesn't care about the other field. Okay. Now you get only the result. Now we know that the result is a list, an array of objects. So we can loop through it. So in order to loop through it, I'm gonna use for loop, and I'm gonna say let question maybe, inside let question of that. So I'm gonna loop through every single question of data. You know what, let's call it a different thing. Block, doesn't matter. So each of this block is gonna be one of this thing. So each block has some data about it, has a question, has a correct answer, difficulty, and the correct answer, so on, right? So I can print it out again if I'm not sure. So I can say block, and then I'm gonna access the question of the block, because we know that in each block there is a field called question. So I can access it like this, dot, using dot. Now I'm gonna rerun it, so you can see that it gives me the question basically. So with that, I know that this gonna be the question. This thing, this block dot question is gonna be a text of question that we can use. So I want to use this tag and put it inside my container, my list container. So I can do it here. I'm gonna take my element, and instead of inner.html here, I'm gonna put it here. And then instead of just equal to some text, I'm gonna make it equal to itself .inner.html and plus some new data. So basically whatever in there is gonna add the question into it, and the next one it's gonna add more question to the last question. So it's like it adding up the text into the element. So if we check it out, you can see all the questions stacking next to one another, right? Because I put everything in there. So what I can do is I can wrap each question with the li tag in HTML, because in a list, let's see, HTML list. In a list, you need an li element inside, and you have text inside. So what we basically did is that we just put text in there directly, and that is not correct way to do it. So I'm gonna wrap every question with the li tag around it. So I can just basically add the string of li like that, and I'm gonna add it the closing tag just like that. And now every question will be surrounded by the li tag. And let's check our website again, and boom, that's how we use JavaScript to help us put some data into the website. Now this is because our question has because we fetch only 10 questions, but what if we have like 100 questions? The JavaScript will do it for us automatically. We don't have to worry about it, because here we don't even have to know how many questions. It just fetch, we get the data, we get the element, and we loop through each question and we put it inside it ourselves, right? So that's how we use JavaScript. But you see, here's a problem. Thank you. Hope you learned something. So each time we want to put something inside an HTML, we do this. We use document.getElementById, and then we use .innerHTML, and it's fine. But as the app grows, we need to write all of this stuff, and it's not scalable. If you want to add some more stuff, it's gonna be harder and harder to do so. So that's why we use like framework. So the most popular one is called React. And what React do, it's allow a lot of things that help you do this simple website thing. So right now, we kinda add everything as a string into our website. But React basically put an HTML inside our JavaScript. So you can write an HTML tag like this, and then if you have some data, you can just use some braces and then put it directly in there, and it automatically gives you some data. they call it JSX. It's like a syntax things. And it's also handles something called state inside a website. So if I want to create a button, let's say in normal HTML, a button, and I call it click, and every time I click this button, I want this number to increase. How are we gonna do that? So in a button, I'm gonna give it an ID, call it the button, and in order to listen to the button that we have to use something called we obviously have to get the button. So I'm gonna get the element, the same thing as before, by ID, something like that, give it a button, and then we can use the add event listener. So we add event listener, and we add the click event, and every time the button is clicked, we can give it a function. So I'm gonna give it a function. So every time we click the button, this function will be called. So after it called, what do we want it to do? We want it to write some numbers into the button that we have. So I'm gonna do it again, document.getElement by ID, and I'm gonna put the ID of button inner HTML equal to something. So when I click it, I want to increase a number, so I'm gonna put the click again and number 1 and close it. Now every time we click it, it's gonna stay click 1. It doesn't change to anything, and we will have to like keep track of what number we are on. So I'm gonna create a variable called a, or let's call it count, equal to 0, and every time we click it, we increase count, and we put it after the string here. We concatenate it with the string, and we put it inside the element, the button element. So let's see how it's going to work. So here's the button. So if I click it, you can see it's increased. That's other way why we use JavaScript, because we want to keep track some data. We call it state. Now we did a lot of work to just get that done, and the code is everywhere. We have a count here outside, and we have some increment here, and then we have to put some data into our JavaScript, our HTML, which is a lot of work, and we don't want to do that. And in React, that thing is a lot easier. But in order to set up a React project, it's take a bit of time. It's take a bit of a knowledge too, because it's not too complicated, to be honest. But if you don't understand it, it might take some time to actually set it up. So I kind of want to show how it works, but I don't want to set it up. Let's check out Svelte. This is my favorite one. So this is another framework that help you build website faster. So in React is they use something called Visual DOM, which is very slow, because it's like a big JavaScript code, and it ship along with your app. But Svelte basically compile your code into a small JavaScript and ship it. That's the difference. And Svelte, the syntax is a lot different. It's a lot different. So in Svelte, everything is in .svelte. So instead of in .html or .javascript, it's in .svelte. Now if I want to make the same button as before, I can just create a button, and I call it click. But we also have to keep track what is the number we're on. So I'm gonna create a variable called count, make it 0, and then I'm gonna put count in here. So in order to do that, I'm gonna put this, and then I can say count. So it's basically take the number from count and put it directly in here. And if I click it, it doesn't do anything because I didn't increase the count yet. So if we want to do that, we can say on, click on the button, and I can give it a function. So the function, I'm gonna create it in here, and I can call it increase or something like that. And what the function do is basically say count equal to, or just plus plus, increase by 1, and I can pass that function inside the on click event. So when the function is click, it call the increase, and when the increase is called, it's increase the count, and when the count is increased, it automatically update the element, the value of count for us automatically. So it's very nice. When you do that, you can see it does everything for you. So the code is a lot nicer and it's easier to read, and it's maintainable when your app is grow larger. You don't have to like worry that this variable is out there, those variable is out there, and it does a lot of things for you. And beside this, there's more stuff that we can do with Svelte. That's why we use Framework. But my advice, if you want to learn web development, you should learn JavaScript first, like pure JavaScript. Create something with that, create some app with JavaScript, and then once you've done enough, you can start installing Svelte or React. It doesn't matter which one, and then start using it. And after that, you realize why you need it and how good it is. And that's how I learned it in the first place. Hope you learned something. Oh my god, it's cold. And since we already kind of do it, I mean, initially the stream was about to create a game server, but since you already asked about it, I'm gonna try to create this app maybe. So we're gonna display something here. We already done that. So we get all the question, and we need, oh, the database is involved in the backend, if you wonder. So what it basically mean that right now everything is in the front end. You write everything to make it interactive. You click a button, everything work, stuff like that. But sometime your app, you want to store some data. Those app could be like Facebook, for example, or a chat app where you go in, you can see other people message. So you need a database in order to store all of those stuff. Now, I'm not very good at database. The only database I know is something called the NoSQL, and what I use is called something called Firebase. So if you want to learn the backend development, you can start with this. It's very easy, but it's not a real backend development, because real backend development, you write a code that run on a server, and it manages data from the front end, and it store everything in your database for you. But this thing, you can just write everything in the front end code and it works. So you can start with it if you want to build something, but if you want to learn something about the backend and database, you should work with Node.js or something like that. So Node.js, it allows us to write JavaScript for the backend, because JavaScript can only run in the browser, but if you use this thing, you can run it on the server like any other language. And you create a server that handle HTTP requests or something like that. Just like the thing I wrote in Go right now. This thing, it's handle the request, and after it get the request, it sends something back to the server. So this project right here, the game server I'm building, is not written in JavaScript or anything. I use Go for my backend, and I use the Go HTTP library, the package, to create a server. So everything is in Go, and when a user requests something, I send an HTML back to them. But this thing is not exactly HTML, it's called HTMX, which is a new thing, and people kind of love it. And I'm learning it, it's very new to me. So basically, you don't need a JavaScript to send a request for an API or anything, you just use HTML, so everything is in HTML. So this is where the lobby, so if I go here, it get a request to that, where is it, to this endpoint. This is called endpoint because if there is nothing, it's gonna be slash right there. Wait. So it requests to that, and it's handled by this function, and this function basically take in an HTML file and it send it back, send the entire thing back to my front end. And that's how you can see this random button and some input right here. And I don't use a database for this project because it's a real-time game. So what I'm thinking is that you create a connection between a server and a few players, and each player can send some data into the server, and after the server basically take that input and run a game on the server like directly, and it send the state back to every other player. And we use WebSocket for that. A normal website use HTTP or HTTPS, but for games you want to use a WebSocket because HTTP only create a quick connection, a quick request, so it requests and it gets some answer back. But a WebSocket, it stay connected, it doesn't disconnect really quickly like HTTP. So that's basically everything. I couldn't talk properly because it is very cold right now. My feet is kind of cold from the door. I've been standing for like 2-something hours. Yep, 2.5 hours. What the damn. And so far I only use something called the NoSQL database. There's a lot of type database, and the most popular one is something called the SQL, this thing, and the only thing I've learned so far is NoSQL because I don't have any like a project that I can work with SQL right now. I just get everything to work with NoSQL. So the difference between SQL and NoSQL, in case you wonder, is that the NoSQL, you have a keys and a value in the database. So if I have, for example, it's just like the JavaScript. It's like a JSON that we see earlier. So if I print it, data. So if I print it here, you can see this is basically something like, this is what a NoSQL would look like. It has some field, a key, and I can access that key, and then it will give me the value of that key. And if I access the key of the value inside here, it will give me some more value if there is. Sometimes we don't have like this much of the data. We only have keys and values. Sometimes we have keys and value, and each value has keys and values and so on. But most of the time it could be different. It's depend on how you store your user data. For example, you want to store like everybody that register into your app, so you can store like a field, like each user has an ID, so you use the ID as a field, and when you access the ID you can get their name and their age and so on in there. And then if you access the name, it will give you a string, a text of the name. So that's NoSQL. It's very simple. And the SQL is a little bit different, and I've never worked with it, so I'm not pretty sure what it's like. But all I know, it's like it's very, they call it relational database. It's related to one another. You have to create table and stuff, which I don't understand. And I heard that SQL is pretty slow. I don't understand why, but didn't have the chance to learn it. I've been standing for so long, thinking of turning this off. Thank you for asking, by the way, if you're still here. Yeah, and about the backend. No, it's all good. I just want to talk quickly about the backend. So what you have to do is you create what I just said. It's you create a code that run on the server, and the code it expose some. Oh, okay, you're going to sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking anyway. No problem. Thank you for your time. Didn't expect anyone to watch this stream, to be honest. Alright, see you. Good night. Yeah, oh, what was I going to say? Yep, a server code is basically expose something called the API, so that's what we use early to get this question. So somebody out there create a server. When you access the API, the link, when someone access that link, they send us the data in JSON. That's what we saw is in JSON right here. So that's how they create a server, and most of the server basically does that. You create something that expose an API and you can use it, everybody can use it, or you can limit it to yourself so that only your app can use it, nobody else can do that. But sometimes there's kind people out there who expose their API for some useful things. If you want to build a weather app, for example, you can basically search for it, weather, and that's gonna be an API that you can access for free, or you have to pay if you use too much of it. It's depend on which one you use. And that's how they create a server. They write something. Oh, the API for the thing, I already forgot, I just searched it up. So it's called Trivia API. Yep, it's called OpenTriviaDB. You can set this, how many questions, and then do that. If you want, you can practice building an app where people go in and then get some question, and then try to, like, they have to type in the answer. If they type it wrong, you have to tell them it's wrong. If it's correct, you keep going with the new question. That would be a good practice if you want to. But sometimes random project can be very boring. You should find something you want to work on and then start doing it immediately if you need to learn it. And along the way, just search Google, or especially ChatGPT is very useful. If you have any question, error, or something like that, just ask it and it will answer. Hopefully the correct one. That's only if you use an API. There's some time an app doesn't need an API or anything at all. It's just a normal app where you show something to people. And it's depend on your project, anything you build. I do have a website which is not finished and I don't have the motivation to actually build it. But this thing doesn't get any API and it's using something called static website generator. It's called Astro or something. No, it's not. Sorry, my bad. But it's just a plain HTML and Svelte, and people can go in and they can access my whatever I wrote here, and that's it. This other app that I also built called Image ASCII or something. It's in my GitHub. So this thing is also an HTML, JavaScript and CSS. That's it. And there's no API or anything. I just use JavaScript, and if I upload some image into here, let me get some image. Let me get some cat image or something. I'm gonna save it, put it somewhere random, and if I use my previous website, I can take in that image. Where is it? It's gone. Oh, it's not a PNG. Gonna save it. No, it's still not a PNG. Whatever. Gotta download instead. Okay. So I can choose that image, and I have a JavaScript function that basically go through all the pixel of the image, and it replaces that with a number, with a character. And I can access the color, and I can make it larger if I want to. And that's basically it. Just think of something you want to build. I know you already leave the thing, are you? Because the thing kind of glitch sometime and it show only one people in there, but there's actually a few other. But whatever, I'm gonna stop my stream too because it's been a long time and gotta stop, do something else real quick. Okay, thank you whoever watched ED. What a day. Never been this interactive. Oh, still here. Interesting. Yeah, my chat is weird, but I'm gonna stop it anyway. Happy winter. Enjoy your day, your night. It's not night over here, it's still very afternoon. Okay, thank you so much.